The Steelers are in Ireland this week. Chuck, I'm surprised you're not there. Over there being the ambassador for the Steelers.
No, actually, I was committed on Saturday a year ago. So I was hoping that this game was not scheduled for this weekend. Ultimately, it did, and that prevented me from going.
All right, we got the Vikings and Steelers, and as I previously mentioned, they just beat up on the Bengals 48-10. Some familiar faces over there. We got Brian Flores calling the defense. Jonathan Hargrave is manning the nose tackle for him. They have two of the better defensive linemen in rushing, Jonathan Grenard and Andrew Van Ginkel, who had 2 sacks last game. We are coming into this game as a 1.5-point underdog, but something that gives me hope is that this defense, as good as they have been, has given up 138 yards rushing a game. That's where we have to attack them, right? We have to be able to run the ball against the Vikings in order to have any success.
You have to. And I mean, they're stout that way. But again, they've had some leaks that are going on at this particular point. But again, we're not consistent on our end as well. So you look at some of the holes thinking that you could take advantage of. Just like last week, thought, okay, they've given up over 315 yards passing. We didn't take advantage of that. So you just can't assume that it's going to happen in that particular manner. This is why it's important to be successful on first down to not get you into those third and long situations, because Aaron Rodgers, he has taken 18 hits on the year. And when you look at what the Vikings did last week against the Bengals, they had 9 quarterback hits, 4 sacks. And Ivan Pace Jr., he had 3 hits himself. So you got to turn around now and make sure you are protecting Aaron, because they do get after you. And this is going to be an aggressive defense that the Steelers can't take lightly.
Yeah, on the defensive side of the ball, they're going to be going against, and actually, I was hoping that J.J. McCartney was going to start this game, but they have somebody in Carson Wentz, a veteran in this league, a one-time MVP candidate, first game starting last week in Minnesota, and hung 48 points. And so I think this defense has their work cut out for them. Jordan Mason ran for 116, his first start also with Aaron Jones going down with the injury. Jordan Mason, who had a lot of success running in San Francisco, showed he still got it, running for 116 yards and 2 TDs. What do we need to do on defense to make sure that we can keep that offense at bay?
Yeah, they're going to have to mix up those coverages. I mean, when you look at Carson Wentz, he didn't have a bad game at all. And sometimes, again, after that first game, you get off to a slow start. He was 14-20, even though he only had 73 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. So that is a winning performance in that particular manner. It looks like they could potentially be getting Jordan Addison coming back off from suspension. So now you're adding another weapon to this arsenal for the Vikings here. Again, they're going to have to clean up some things, because defensively, third down, they are struggling right now, and they have to protect the middle of the field. And right now, there's those leaks that are happening on the defensive side that they have to clean up.
Yeah, and how can I not mention arguably the best wide receiver in the league in Justin Jefferson? And if Addison comes back, that just adds to that arsenal that Carson Wentz has to throw through. They got T.J. Hockenson at tight end. And so, yeah, well, like you mentioned, they have to be able to get after the quarterback, and they have to stop the run and make them a one-dimensional team.
And they can't get there and just line up. They're going to have to, mix and match, show some confusion, to mix it up, because if you're just going to sit there and line man-to-man across the board, you're not going to win in this particular manner. But no matter how good our corners are. So that's going to be something that's going to be Terrell Austin is going to have to mix up coverages. I know he brought some double-edged blitzes in the game that was causing disruption there. But again, he's just going to have to make sure that he keeps Carson Wentz off balance and not allow him to step up and deliver, because this guy still has a big arm, and he's going to push the ball down the field.
These are the type of games that we need number 5 to step up in. I'm no relishes these moments of going against the top wide receivers. So hopefully we can get JPJ back this week. I know he's been banged up the last couple of weeks. We definitely need to shore up that secondary in order to put pressure on Carson Wentz so that defensive line can get to the quarterback.
They have to. And when you look at, I like where everything is going. TJ had his, 2 sacks. Nick Herbert came around. He contributed in a big way. Of course, Cam Hayward just being Cam. That's what we expect from the All-Pro in that particular manner. But one person that really stepped up, that didn't really show up a lot in the stat lines, was Daniel Ekuale.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he had a lot of pressure that were going in. And I'm like, wow, 96 is all over the place. And there's one play that happened in the game that made people want to look at, because they're looking at the 4th down play, because Brandon Echols actually made the tackle. But second down, he breaks through, causes the pressure. There's a receiver running from right to left. And if he does not cause that pressure, that receiver catches the ball and they may now have the ball at the plus 20. But because that pressure was created by Daniel, that was something that really doesn't go, not for notice, because other people are paying attention when they watch the film. He has to continue to deliver that way when his number is called as well.
This week's game preview is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel is getting you ready for the NFL season with an offer you won't want to miss. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use across the entire app. You can build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines, whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. The NFL season is almost here. The only question is, are you ready to play? Visit FanDuel.com, big play to download the FanDuel app today and get started. Disclaimer, must be 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Restrictions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, like I mentioned, the Steelers open as 1.5 point underdogs, and the over-under is 40.5. First, do we get, what is your call on that, over and under, 40.5?
I'm going under, and I'm going under because this is going to be the first game that both teams play that is going to be under 50 degrees. 50 is only supposed to be the high, but I think ultimately that weather is going to play a factor in it because it's going to force both teams to adjust what they're doing in the passing game to now have to run the football.
Okay. So, Charlie, you've been on a little bit of a streak 2 weeks in a row now. You have picked the touchdown scorer for the Steelers. Who do you have this week getting a touchdown?
This week, I am going for big Darnell Washington.
Yes.
I think he gets involved in the game plan this week. I think they allow him that opportunity, and I think he shines. I think this is going to be his week. He gets on the board.
Thank you for backing my Mount Washington is going to be my pick every week until he actually scores. So with your luck, Charlie, hopefully he gets across the end zone. His name is now Shaq, right? Isn't this what Arthur Smith has dubbed him? He is Shaq in the post. And we tried to get him one, and he was able to draw that defensive pass interference in the end zone, which was huge for us. We scored our next play on a flip at 9 to Kenneth Gainwell. But yes, Mount Washington is who I'm going with as well. And I think Jaylen Warren gets into the end zone too. All right, CB, episode 8 in the books. How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. This is it. Ireland week, global impact that the Steelers are going to have, man. This is going to be exciting. And, obviously the Rooney family and their Irish ways and the tradition that they have out there, man. This is going to be exciting for them and their family. Excited to see it all come to fruition. This is something that we've talked about for months now, and now it's finally here. And there's going to be a ton of Steeler fans out there. So I'm excited about what's happening this weekend.